Peep game. An awfully ominous looking portal opens up in the middle of the city. Now while this is happening, Rex is still at the base sparring with Six, Rex's mentor, who teaches more aura methods than actual moves. Like, look at this fucking fight. Rex has the ability to turn his cells into machines, and he's still getting weak.
Break my stuff, and I will ruin you.
Look at that 0.58 second smile. Gang is stunting for the hoes as we speak. And honestly, just like me for real. What I wouldn't do around my Snow Bunny Queen Doc Holiday is sing some lame ass ripoff of another nigga's theme song.
Transforming all the life on Earth like nothing that you've seen. But there's one lucky hombre who can make them build machines. He's Jan Rex. He copied my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
Minus 10 aura. But after that gets wrapped up, they get called onto the scene. You remember the life-threatening portal, right? Rex gets dropped into the scene with no particular orders. Rex decides to poke the glowing ball of plasma, leading him to have to fight electricity, and losing. Holiday warns him that there's something inside of that ball of plasma, but it's far too late for that. Cause what these niggas don't know is that it's hero time. I will give it to him, Rex got that reaction time, but he just don't got that dog in him like Ben do. Minus 10 aura. Luckily, Rex breaks his fall with some mechanical legs, but he's not catching a break because my goat has descended upon him, and Ben pulls up on some real
"Stand ready for my arrival, worm"
type shit, and Ben just starts minking his shit back to back to back. My guy Rex is blocking, and he's still creating craters in the ground. He's sitting in like a 3-foot deep hole right now. Damn, I'm minus 10 aura, minus 10, minus 20. At least he tackles him and gets a little bit of a get back, but it was just so disrespectful. So Ben is really used to pulling up on planets and beating the shit out of people.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
And Rex punches this nigga so hard he does a sideways barrel spin into a public monument. Okay, he has some solid footing to turn this fight around, yet he's still taking haymakers straight to the mouth. Rex trying to have a little bit of strategy to him, pulling him underwater with the whip. But you mess with the Ben, you get the 10. And shit start getting really serious. Oh yeah, and there was also a robot that came through the portal. And while Rex is getting himself outmatched with Ben, Six is fucking moonwalking on this robot. You cannot name me one fictional character that is smoother than Six. Smooth with a V. I'm talking back steps, pump fakes. Nigga is outright flash stepping. Couldn't possibly be any more different than Rex's current situation. Cause Ben pulls out an alien I could not remember the name of for the fucking life of me. That just happens to control magnetism, which I would have considered using as soon as I saw this nigga started building machines from his organic flesh. So with this city level scrap, it starts to be some city level damage, and they end up knocking over a billboard, falling towards some innocents, and they both simultaneously have a "oh no, the civilians" moment as they both hop in to save a tragedy from occurring, all because this bitch didn't want to slightly move out of the way. Rex slimes him the fuck out while bro is trying to flex for the reporters, you know what I'm saying? But after trying to cure Ben and it not working, he's just kind of left confused. And Ben starts asking niggas if they know who he is, like a TikTok influencer anywhere but the internet.
I'm Ben Tennyson. Ben 10? Like the biggest hero in the world?
Which loses him a bit of aura, but he's at a net positive right now, so it balances out. And while everybody is caught lacking, Six and the robot drop the street level. Six sticks both of his swords into the robot and tells everybody to back up. And hearing that with so much confidence, you might think he even has a plan for success. But sadly, raw spiritual pressure alone can't save you from whatever type of explosive this is, putting Six in a coma for the rest of the entire screen time. This nigga is so cold, they couldn't pay his budget for the rest of his scenes. So Rex and the team are back at the base, and they got Ben locked in this cage like a goddamn animal. They're interrogating him to try to figure out where he came from. But when Ben keeps yapping about aliens, they look at him like a flat earther. So they check his biometrics for nanites and find out he's not at all connected to the
Giga chain, the first fully AI layer 2 blockchain.
But Rex feeling a little frisky, so he trying to really press it now that you think Ben in his cage. Lord have mercy on, he has no idea who he's talking to. Imagine raising your voice in front of a nigga with the most powerful weapon ever created, arguably in all of fiction. He very literally just laughs in their face and walks away. Minus 10. Rex chases him down. They make up from their little lover spat just in time for Caesar to pull up, Rex's schizophrenic brother. And this nigga pulls up fucking blasting for some reason. But my goat has, excellent reaction time and reflects the blast back to Caesar, destroying the gun. And when he steps down the ladder, he tries to clear up this little misunderstanding, like, why'd you try to fucking shoot me? He's like, oh no, that shot wasn't meant for you. It was meant for the thing 3 to 4 yards away. And what is this red alien thing that came through the portal?
Why would you speak of me so, Father? I am your Alpha. I came home.
Yes, you heard that right. The conflict for this entire movie is child support. So his entire reason for being here is that he needs the Omega Nanite to stabilize his being, or else he'll evaporate, which is currently inside of Rex. Ben sends a couple shots at his head, and Alpha flees the scene, causing the gang to get inside this large Pringles can and chase him down. Now, on the way, Caesar tells Rex and Ben that he sent Alpha to Ben's dimension, when Alpha spins back and blows a hole in the ship. While the plane is exploding, Ben switches in a cannon bolt, saving Rex's life. The scoreboard is not even, but despite just blowing up that aircraft, he's also back at the base, harvesting monsters. So Doc pulls out the blick and goes to handle the situation, only to be turned into a damsel in distress. Rex rams this nigga with the motorcycle, causing Holiday to fall right into enemy grasp. Now, because they're so locked in, Ben puts that on forward and does the fastball special, causing a DBZ stalemate clash. But Alpha ain't no fucking slouch. He pins down Ben with his giant meat beat arm and turns Rex's hands into a prolapse anus. Now, after figuring out the reason he can't absorb Rex's genes is because he has the Omega Nanite, bro tries to put up elite neck game to suck it out. But just before Rex gets smooched, Doc Holiday slices off his tongue, or whatever appendage that is, and Alpha flees the scene, knowing he was caught red-handed. So we cut to later, and the team is linking up at the Bug Jar, a quarantine city crawling with nanite-infested monsters. The perfect place for our throat goblin to suck up as many nanites as humanly possible in order to build himself a body. Are you gonna tell me that doesn't look like fucking Dormammu? So the scrap starts, and Rex and Ben try to go for the classic tag team strat, but shit had no effect, and Alpha just hacks Ben's watch while he's at it, appropriating the drip for himself. Then on top of that, yoinks Rex's Omega Nanite, and bro transforms into Heat Blast first thing. For them to win this fight, Alpha would have to be nerfed like crazy. Like, the power of the Omnitrix would have to be watered down. You telling me Alpha couldn't just slap that bitch and get Alien X? Preposterous. As if they weren't getting shit on before, now Alpha just starts outright weaving Rex, hitting absolute hood classics back to back. Rex tries to shrug that shit off and keep fighting, but Alpha just switches to forearms. And shit's so hopeless, even Ben is glazing. But Rex taps into that freeze frame aura, and for the first time in the movie, gets a +10, but it doesn't last long as he continues to get pressed. Ben locks into a new alien, which I believe is the precursor to Shock Squatch, and he gets a little sneak shot off, yeah, but they're still getting shit on. With no real options left, Ben just slaps some cake in order to distract Alpha, and Rex uses that opening to cure Alpha from the Omnitrix. I don't know how that works, but that shit completely backfires, because that's what Alpha wanted the entire time, using the close proximity as an opportunity to steal the Omega Nanite from Rex. Fuck nigga didn't know about the master plan. With this newfound power, bro starts leveling up like Perfect Cell and triples his size like Dave Blunt's. Now with all this power in his hands, Alpha gives this Zamasu ass speech, while Ben and Rex perform the greatest team up ability of all time. This kind of pairing simply isn't achievable by your average duo. They're so locked in, Ben is clinged to Rex's skin right now. He's wearing Ben.
You're gay! He's gay!
With these new abilities, they can finally put together a winning plan. Never mind. So Rex starts spamming every special move that he can at this nigga. Even gets this beautiful clean cutoff, awarding him with maximum aura gains. But unfortunately, Alpha is built like a Dark Souls boss on stage 3, and the dynamic duo get hit with some hot ass breath, launching them comically far, like very far from their starting point. But this is time for the last ditch tactic. Rex uses Ben as ammunition for his concrete cannon, blasting a whole center mass into Alpha's chest. Bro starts to blow up because he has a self-destruct sequence like a Doofenshmirtz invention, but Rex contains it by controlling the nanites until Caesar compacts it down into this bowling ball shape. Ben turns into Upchuck, deep throats the bowling ball, and then walks through his portal into his home dimension. Also, Six woke up from his coma. Subscribe.